let's look ahead real quick. Those are some things that came from the visioning. Now it's really important that you have some takeaways. So, okay, where's Burcroft going with this? And I'll try to keep it within the context and not go on too much, but let's talk about it first. And here's what I talked about before. That, my job as the administrative team is to do what the residents want in the visioning. They told us what they want. Now it's up to us to get it done. So these are some things we've already working on for the first quarter of 2015. I want a long-term solve. I want to bring to council a 10 to 12-year plan, guys, of how we're going to fix our roads. We have millions of dollars of assets invested in our roads. If we don't do anything, shame on us. They're going to crumble. We're not going to be able to afford to do anything. So we've got to put a plan in place. We've already been doing some assessment. OHM worked with our team. We did the PASER assessments. We're looking at what county projects are out there, what local projects. We have to come up with some solutions and offer up a plan that ultimately our citizens will trust us that we're going to get done to fix some of their roads. Now, some great things just happened in Lansing. They finally decided to put something out there to fix some roads, some of the major roads. That's great. We need that. But what we also need is to make sure that our neighborhood roads are getting addressed, so that Bibbins Road, Brant Road, other roads that are in our neighborhoods, Porter Street, right, Jan? Those streets, that we get looked at. So we want to make sure that those areas are areas that we're looking at and come up with a long-term plan. It might be crack seal, might be replacement, might be patching, but we have to have a solution for roads. Enhanced communication, right here. I mean, we heard loud and clear from the visioning, and we know that people use word of mouth quite a bit. Right, Aaron? I mean, that's, they sit at the coffee shop. They talk about what things they want to see happen in local restaurants or in schools, on playgrounds, in churches, coffee hours, whatever they may be. So we need to do a better job of feeding that information to them in many different ways. So you're going to see this team continue to communicate, continue to do more, so that people feel part of the community and know what's going on. Vining Road. Well, we heard it loud and clear. So this Vining Road Development District, Tim, that's not just development. That's roads, that's infrastructure, that's beautification, that's signs, marketing, image, branding. That's a lot of things that go into it. That's a huge one. Now, we can't get all of that done the first quarter, but the first quarter is to have the plan. If you don't have the plan, nothing's going to get done. So remember what my team says, you can eat an elephant if what? Take one bite at a time, right? That's what we're going to keep doing, taking one bite at a time. Professional marketing and branding, that goes right back to telling our story, having a consistent brand, be able to know that people, not just within Romulus, when they hear Romulus, they recognize an image, and it's a positive image. It's something that's appealing to them for business, for schools, for residents. So those are some major things already for the first quarter we're looking at. Here's some other things that are going to be going on. I know disruption, but Goddard Road downtown is going to be redone. Amen. That needs to be done. My commitment to downtown is that we will keep it open. We're not going to shut it down. One lane will be open so people can access it. We'll talk about that. We're doing a Wayne Road sidewalk project from Goddard Road to your high school, principal. We're well overdue. When you can see them wearing a path in the dirt, and I've seen wheelchairs, bicycles, oh my God, some rough things trying to go through. Now it's going to be complicated because we've got several entry and exits from the freeway. It's going to be on the west side, but we're going to start that in the spring. We're also going to finish that intersection at Goddard that we ran into some weather issues. So we're going to continue to look at parks. When I came into office, I said, I can't open up all the parks. We did a lot this year. And I said, hey, you know what? Let's do some more parks. Let's go back and try to do a few more. Maybe we can do so. If we did them all with no new taxes, let's keep challenging ourselves. I say it to my team like, oh my God, how are we going to do this again? But we can. And if we keep saying that, we believe in it, we will. Here's a great one. This is important. When I came in and I started to learn about how the city works and their computers and their systems, we have people that are in one office that are running in two different systems. And I'm like, you're telling me we got this one working on this system, HDE, and this one's on BSNA, and this one's over here? And they're like, oh, yeah, that's what we have. Well, we got to fix that. So we're going to be taking on that initiative. The first part of that rock is really putting the plan in place, looking at some of the financial side of it. Susan Marino, where are you, Susan? Stand up, Susan. All right. Susan, she's our finance director. And Steve, stand up. Is IT, good job. Susan went through this in another community with a complete BSNA conversion. I'm happy about that because she knows some of the pitfalls and things we can look out for. Steve's been a phenomenal addition to our team. So they're going to be working continuation of rocks to make sure we're implementing the system. So guess what? Departments can talk. We can look at what's going on over here and have the same information so we can get better customer service, so we can get better efficiencies. So thank you, Council, for allowing us to spend that money and approving that. We're going to put it to good use, and you're going to be proud of that. So we've got some big initiatives with that. Master plan comes from the visioning. Our master plan's looking at zoning and relooking. We've got this beautiful airport in the center, and we want to make sure that all the zoning around it complements what we're going to do to make it attractive for the airport, for this big economic engine. So we're already doing some things with Planning Commission. We're making sure that that's going to be updated. Here's one that came from, again, I learned my lessons from Doug Savage. He's a smart guy. He said, hey, you know what? I want to run my business. I want to run my buildings efficient. I want to make sure that, I'm not wasting money. So we're going to look at some of our newer and older buildings to make sure we have energy efficient. We have DTE here. Where's Madeline still here? Madeline, we'll work with you, look for some recommendations, but we're going to be trying to look at how we can get more out of the tax dollar and run things more efficiently. We have judges here. We have people from law enforcement. We had a feasibility study that council approved over a year ago. We've got this problem where the court, 34th District, that serves 5 communities that we're blessed to host is busting out the seams. It's not a want, it's a need. We have to do something. So we've been having meetings and meetings, judges, for, months and months. We're trying to look at a plan. My intention is to get to council back on what they asked for, which is the results of the feasibility study. I haven't got it back to council because I haven't had a plan that I feel comfortable presenting to you, quite honestly. But we will be. We need to do something with the court. Along with the court, we'd really like to find a better way to centrally serve our residents from a public service standpoint, where the library is, where the city hall is, and just make the whole campus a better service model for our community. A lot going on there, big things, but we can get it done. While we're doing that Goddard Road, though, I wanted to point this out. Last year you heard me talk about support local business. We need local business, right? While Goddard Road is shut down, please support those businesses. They're open. Their roads will be open. Doug's here, Doug O'Leary, Ramil Sato. Bill Crane's here. Where are you at, Bill? I saw you here somewhere. He's over here. I've been going to your place too much lately. You run a good business, though. But, these businesses here, the hardware, look at this one in the middle. I'm excited about this one. Soon to be open grocery store. Aren't you seniors excited about that one? We have a commitment from a gentleman who closed on the property from the bank. He's committed that in 2015. He's trying to get it to be a Spartan outlet store, but it will be a grocery store. My pledge to him is I would keep the road open. We will meet with him proactively. We will make sure he knows what he needs to do with the building to be safe, to present a good value for our residents. And I hope when we're all said and done, next year when I'm standing here, you guys are happy with the outcome of that. But pay attention to those. If it's buying gasoline or prescriptions or whatever it may be, support those businesses. They need you. If we don't support them, shame on us, right? This is kind of a cool wrap-up because credibility, last year, it was a week later, but last year I stood here and said, we're going to do all these things, and I just got elected, right? And we talk about in our meetings, right, Suzanne, about do what you say. This is what it's about. You have to do what you say. Last year we said we're going to do these things. Going into the campaign, where's Rob? We had HILLS. Remember HILLS acronym? Honesty. Be honest with your employees. Be honest with your team. Be honest with your residents. If the safest lie is the truth. Just be honest. So we've got to be honest. Integrity. Do what you're supposed to do even when nobody's looking. And then hopefully you keep doing it so the expectation is your character's here. So leadership, the L in HILLS. You have to lead. It's not me leading. It's building a leadership team. guys, I may be long gone someday. I want to see this community keep going. I want to see some of those NHS kids sitting in those seats and running things, and I want to be here like Ron Hobson, just enjoying my lunch. Stability is the S. You know what I heard from so many people, and this is the tie into the business people in the room. They said, you know, Burcroft, I'm going to be careful where I spend my money unless it's a stable investment. Smart business, right? Neil, right? Same here. Well, I want to create an environment that people feel stable. So when they want to bring their business here, they know they've got a good team, good management, good legislative body, good employees, good schools, and it's a stable investment for their dollars. And that's huge. So with that, I just want to say thank you. May God continue to bless our city.